It's a place full of fun. Tapcade has drinks, video games, and a movie theater, but the fun stopped here. For one woman who says she was attacked in the bathroom.
I really was just in shock. I had no idea, I never thought that something like that could happen to me, as most women don't.
She had gone to the women's room alone just past midnight and was drying her hands when a man walked out of a stall. She thought he had gone into the wrong bathroom by mistake, but would soon realize his hidden intentions.
Put his hand over my mouth. He took me to the ground. I struggled. I tried to scratch his face. I kicked. I hit. I screamed.
Her screams were loud enough that a Tapcade bartender and an employee on the catering staff at the adjoining Monarch room ran to help.
He was backing away from her and put his hands up. He's like, it wasn't me, it was her fault. All this stuff. He was trying to put it on her.
But they weren't buying it, telling the suspect to back away as they checked on her. Amidst all the commotion, though, the suspect walked out of the bathroom and right out the front door before police were called.
My main concern is just making their bar safer for women.
Something bar co-owner Brent Miller says they're now addressing.
Our number one thing here is safety.
Pledging to install security cameras near the bathrooms and train staff to keep a closer eye on secluded areas.
We feel terrible for the victim, and we want to make sure it doesn't happen to anybody else again, not only here but anywhere in the crossroads.
As for this victim,
fortunately for me, unfortunately for him, he picked the wrong person, and I fought just enough that I was able to escape before anything happened.
It's like a scene from the movie Pretty Woman.
I met a doctor, a professor. There were quite a few. They own their own business.
Only this is real life.
I'm usually not looking for any more than $400 or $500, depending on my situation and how generous the person is.
The difference is 18-year-old Madison, who doesn't want to be identified, isn't walking the streets, instead trolling websites from a college dorm looking for someone to support her.
These guys are willing to help people like me who are struggling through paying for college or paying their bills.
According to the website Seeking Arrangements, Madison is one of more than 3 million members who use the site to find what it calls mutually beneficial relationships.
There are a lot of older men that are willing to give out money even just for dates, and that's how I made my living.
For Madison, mutually beneficial meant payment for her time and companionship.
They just really wanted companionship. One guy, he was having troubles with his wife, and this is actually a doctor who gave me $1,000.
And for the sugar daddy,
he did want a little, I had to dress, not fully covered. I mean, I had to dress just a little revealing, but not too much.
More often than not, sex makes the money flow.
For intimacy, it was $500, I think is the most I've gotten.
So is it prostitution? Madison says no.
Prostitutes are a lot cheaper, and you don't get companionship. You just get someone who's there for the money. They're not looking to cheat on their wives. They're just looking for someone else to talk to because they feel lonely in their marriage.
But after setting up a profile of my own on Seeking Arrangements, the line didn't seem so blurred. One local married man said he wanted to meet 3 times a week at my apartment, for which he would give me a weekly allowance. Another, also married, said he needed to be discreet and that the physical part is important, quote, considering the situation he's in. For Madison, it worked for what she needed.
Most sugar babies, they have a plan, I'm going to use this towards tuition, or like me, I used it towards all my bills.
It was really scary. And it's something I would never want to go through again.
Jasmine Thomas had no idea when she walked into this Raymore home with her best friend Bailey, only one of them would be coming out alive.
Our friend called us and said that, she got Molly.
Jasmine and Bailey both tried the drug Molly, and hours later, Bailey began losing color in her face. Jasmine and other friends laid her down, and the 15-year-old's body became stiff. Her hands were balled in a fist, her teeth clenched.
White, murky water, kind of almost gray, was coming out of her mouth, and everyone was asking, Bailey, are you okay?
Jasmine knew her best friend wasn't okay.
I think everyone was too scared to call 911, just because, it was drugs and, that's illegal, so I mean, I guess like everyone automatically thought they were gonna like get in trouble.
Jasmine eventually called 911, but it was too late. 15-year-old Bailey was pronounced dead hours later.
I guess because I didn't call 911 sooner, like, I always feel like it's my fault. And I wish things could be like very different.
Bailey's mom says things could be different through a bill called the 911 Good Samaritan Law. Under it, if someone calls 911 during an overdose, both the caller and victim can remain anonymous and be protected from a drug possession charge. It cleared hurdles today in the House and has full support from the governor.
Somebody's life is more important than a drug charge, and that's what needs to be. To help these kids to know, it's don't be scared.
The bill's name was changed to Bailey and Cody's Law in honor of the 15-year-old and another teen who accidentally overdosed. While Jasmine will never get her best friend back,
It's heartbreaking.
she hopes this bill will save someone else's best friend.
If I would have called 911 earlier or did something different, then Bailey could still be here today.
It's a life-changing moment for this 9-month-old black lab named Rusty. With this new vest, he officially becomes a service dog, and his new purpose will be to change the life of Marine Gunnery Sergeant Robert Cale.
He's really attentive to me and to the surroundings and stuff, and he's a well-trained dog.
It's support Cale has been craving. After serving 20 years in the Marines, he's a Purple Heart and Medal of Valor recipient who has survived 7 combat tours and 3 IED explosions.
Down.
He will now use Rusty to help cope with PTSD and a traumatic brain injury as he retires from the military on Monday.
Heal. It's having somebody with me all the time that connects to me and assists me through life and helps me out, but also to, like a family member.
Cale, who lives in San Diego, got Rusty thanks to Friends in Service of Heroes or FISH.
My initial reaction was kind of like, no way, this is too good to be true.
An Olathe-based nonprofit that provides services and support to troops and veterans across the country.
Good.
Michael Sly, a disabled veteran himself, works with the group to train its service dogs.
A lot of veterans in every service, they have this irreplaceable bond with other service members, and when they get out of the military, they feel like a lot of civilians just don't understand what they've been through in life. And so dogs, they're going to love you every day no matter what.
Helping Cale this week create an unbreakable bond with his new furry friend.
I find with service dogs that as service members that transition out, take care of their dogs, it helps them kind of take care of themselves.
As the duo now embarks on a new life together.
I think Rusty's my canine soulmate, so to speak.
Katie Banks, Fox 4 News, working for you in Olathe.